Sir, can we start, sir? Sir, can we start?
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning to one and all. I welcome to today's resource person, Professor Sudhir Gamane sir, on the behalf of MMTTC, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. I request Radhika, please give a brief introduction to today's resource person. Over to Radhika.
Good morning, everyone. As ma'am told, today's research person is Honorable Dr. Sudhir Gavhane sir, Vice Chancellor of two universities. One is Mahatma Gandhi Mission, MGM University, Aurangabad, and also second is Vice Chancellor of Yashwantrao Chauhan Maharashtra Open University, Nashik. Sir also as at reputed MIT World Peace University Pune, he contributed his service as the Dean Director of Liberal Arts, Science and Commerce. Professor Gavane sir is associated with many international and national associations. He has earned reputation as the acclaimed academician and passionate higher educator leader from South Asia. He is recipient of many international awards as well as honorary D.Litt from George Washington University of Peace, USA. We have pleasure to have you, sir. Over to you, Sudhir, sir.
Yeah. Good morning to all scholars who are attending and participating in this research methodology program. I appreciate your interest and participation in this training program, particularly when we find that, research and development in India is very poor when we compare it with the global developed nations as well as countries adjoining us like China, Japan, Singapore, these Asian countries. They are, even Korea, they are doing well in comparison with India. So I congratulate you for, showing your interest and aptitude for undertaking research. Understanding the research methodology, understanding the craft of writing research paper, as well as craft of research dissertation. If you compare India with global scenario, any country which is considered as R&D centric, interested in R&D, performing well in R&D, then global knowledge index is worked out by the UNDP, United Nations Development Program. And in that, we find that India, stands at 95. So it stands at 95. So when we are speaking about making India a Vishwa Guru, global Guru, in that context, when we are entered into knowledge society and knowledge economy, as you are students of management and commerce and even tourism, then you know that we are living in a society which is called as knowledge society, and the economy is called as knowledge economy. So knowledge economy means the economy in which the traditional component are not that important as knowledge is. For example, we used to speak about labor capital when we think of business or industry. But in knowledge economy, the growth engine is considered as knowledge and not the capital. And therefore, knowledge capital, there is a new concept, knowledge capital, is more important than the capital, which we considered as the most essential traditionally for doing any business or establishing any industry for that matter. The whole paradigm shift has been seen in terms of knowledge, the role of knowledge. And we have to understand from where this knowledge comes, from where this new knowledge comes. Is there any factory of knowledge? No. From where this knowledge comes. And you will admire, knowledge comes from research. We call it as R&D, research and development. So knowledge comes from research. Knowledge can be called as son and daughter of research. And where this research is conducted? The research is conducted into higher education institutions, HEIs. They may be college or universities. And when these institutions are poor in R&D, and university just become a graduate producing institution, and they are not producing researchers, competent researchers, qualitative researchers, and when the teachers of these organizations are also not competent researchers, then how they can inspire their students? And therefore, in case of our India, in Global Knowledge Index, we stand at 95, I have told you. And if you want to do the research, the innovation is very important. And in Global Innovation Index, again, India stands at the 48th rank. So it means India has to do a lot in terms of R&D, in terms of creating knowledge through research. And when knowledge is created, new knowledge is created through research, quality research, then its application of knowledge is considered as creating a technology. So basic research and its application, basic research produces a new knowledge, and new knowledge application creates a technology. So technology never falls from the earth or sky. Its mother is a quality knowledge. And when you apply that knowledge, technology is created. And new technology, for example, creates new economic sector. And new economic sector creates more job opportunities, and more job opportunities means more purchasing power, more employment, and more demand for the industrial products. More business, more manufacturing, more demand, more purchasing power. This is the economic cycle which generates through research. So research is an engine of prosperity and development. We have to understand this. And therefore, if our research quality is competitive, globally competitive, nationally competitive, and your language is not important, You can write in Marathi, you can write in Hindi, you can write in Tamil, you can write in Spanish, English, whatever language. Okay. But the quality of research is very important. And now, because of the technology, we can translate our research into any language in the world. So we can reach out. Okay. So quality research is written only in English is a misconception. It can be written in Spanish, it can be written in French language, in German, Chinese, Japanese, whatever. Okay. So first we have to remove our doubt and inferiority complex in ourselves that the research writing can be done in any language, but quality is the most important aspect. And therefore, while we understand this cycle, one more data I want to share with you that, any country which is considered as a knowledge society or that economy as a knowledge economy, then there is another criteria. How many researchers are there per million population? 10 lakh population per million population. And in that, you will surprise, there are countries which are having per million 7,000 plus researchers, 4,000 plus researchers, 5,000 plus researchers. They are the best performing, innovative countries like Sweden, like Norway. India, per million population, we are having just 200 researchers. So we can understand that the researchers are not in number also competitive in terms of best countries in the world, best performing countries. And the researchers doing quality research is also equally important. So in my view, that we are duty bound as a researcher to produce a quality research, write a quality research paper, and understand the art and science of writing the quality research paper, undergoing and doing quality research, globally competitive research, at the same time writing our research paper of that standard. In my opinion, I'm a bit blunt, and in my opinion, most of the research papers written in our country, only 30% papers are reasonably good, can be considered as quality papers. And other 70% papers are not of that standard, national standard or global standard. Most of them are cut and paste. No theoretical framework, no proper writing, systematic writing, no research methodology followed, quality referencing is not done, referencing system also not properly followed, and therefore we need to educate ourselves. And now you are the beginning your research journey as a scholar, new scholar, you should understand this. There is a system, there is a research methodology, there is an art and science of writing research paper. Popular paper, which is published in the newspaper, is a different kind of writing. It has its own value. But in the field of research, we have to do the quality research and write the quality research paper. If you don't do the quality research, you cannot write a quality research paper. If you do a quality research and you don't understand and do not have the skills to write a quality research paper, again, you are failing. So we should be able to report our research in a best possible manner, systematic manner, methodological way, and with following the standard practice of referencing, which is approved globally. So your name and name of your institution is recognized globally because of your quality research production. In terms of your research papers, in terms of your dissertation, in terms of your thesis, in terms of your postdoc work, in terms of your continuation of the research project, minor, major research projects. And therefore, I personally feel and request all of you, whatever you do a quality work in terms of research, in terms of research writing. And quality requires time, painstaking efforts, deep-rooted study, insight building, directed reading. And that is very important for you all people, that hastily using textbooks, not using reference books, not using digital resources which are available in ample now, we should develop our insight about the topic we are undertaking for research paper writing. I will request you at the beginning that your research paper should not be written in a short time span. It is not possible. So, one research paper in 3 months or 2 research paper in a year, 2 to 4 research paper in a year is a good practice you can do. And if you work for, say, 20 years, 25 years in college or university, you can produce around 80 to 100 research papers of quality. And that creates your brand name in academics. That too globally, not only nationwide, globally. And your research papers are referred by many researchers in your own discipline. And it creates impact factor. It creates H index, Scopus index. All these are international indexing standards which will measure the quality of research paper. So whatever you do, whatever you write, must be studies reflecting in depth, writing scientifically, working hard, taking serious notes. You may take on your laptop or iPad or phone, whatever the platform you use, that doesn't matter. And we have to do the web research also. Correct? Therefore, now coming to the craft of research paper writing, I will add here quality research paper writing. Then the first thing which should come in our mind is formulation of the research problem. FRP, formulation of the research problem. You have to formulate like a mathematical formula. What is the research area in which I want to write? What is your choice? What is the contemporary research issues and problems which you have to address? So there has to be some research problem on which you will be doing research, undertaking research or research paper writing. So what I am suggesting, I will be elaborating step by step, don't worry. So formulation of the research problem or the research paper topic is very important step before writing a research paper. First question should come in your mind. Is my topic is relevant, contemporary, important? For example, in management science or commerce, okay. So what is the impact of e-commerce during last 4 decades? So you can study its impact on a regional level like in Maharashtra, or you can compare it with important states in the country, or at the same time, you can do a comparative research in developed world and country like India, or developing world like India, different countries, how that impact is happening in e-commerce area, how it is impacting on the job opportunities, how it is impacting on the market, how it is impacting on the price structure, and how people are purchasing, process of purchasing and purchase behavior of the customers. So when you find one research area, in that area there are different subtopics, sub areas. You have to choose one of them. Just saying e-commerce is not important. That is the broader area. Within that area, what exactly a specific, topic or the research problem you are going to address. For example, the impact of e-commerce on the physical commerce, physical market, where you go and buy, maybe in the shops or in the mall or whatever. What is the impact, actual impact? Analyzing that, critically examining that, and getting the feedback from the people who use the e-commerce and who don't use the e-commerce. I'm just suggesting you, there are different areas of e-commerce on which you can write a paper. So one paper can be studying global trends and analyzing global trends. One paper can be studying, international one region, South Asia, for example, or Asia as a region, or Europe and Asia. Likewise, within India also you can study 3-4 states and comparative study of those states. Likewise, geographically or topic-wise, area-wise, you have to choose exactly on what research area, sub-area of the e-commerce you want to write a paper. So it has to be relevant and contemporary. This is very important. For example, the world is into a current trend of which is called as IR, Industrial Revolution. So journey of IR 1.0, Industrial Revolution 2.0, Industrial Revolution 3.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0, and now people are discussing in academics and industry IR 5.0. So you can think in that term how that industrial revolutions, different industrial revolution, different stages have impacted on the global economy or the business or the management or the industry. So now the world is discussing Industrial Revolution 5.0. So IR 5.0 is going to create business 5.0, industry 5.0. Then what is IR 5.0? You can write a quality research paper. How it is going to impact on the management of the industry. How it is going to impact on the business. In Industrial Revolution 5.0, the correlation between machines and man is a focus. So that's a separate topic, but I'm just, taking you for the examples of the papers which are contemporary and relevant on which you should write. It will increase your knowledge. It will increase your perspective. And that perspective, if you achieve that and develop your insight, you can write a quality research paper. Therefore, I am giving examples of management, commerce, and even the tourism. There are tourism scholars also. Then tourism also. What are the trends of global tourism? Which are the continents and regions where global tourists are attracted? Aurangabad is a very important international tourist place. You can study of last 20 years, what is the scenario? Critical analysis of the national and domestic and international tourists. There is a concept of educational tourism. How many students are going abroad, outbound, for undertaking their education and research? Globally, from which country most students are going abroad? You must be knowing that India and China are the two major countries which provide, students to all international universities. So why outbound students, it is called as, are more from these two countries? And inbound students, that international students coming to India, for example, the number is less than 50,000. And our students going abroad, number is in lakhs. 10 lakhs, 13 lakhs students go abroad. So we can study that. That is what I'm suggesting. So the pattern or the research topic, I'm saying formulation of the research problem or the paper topic is very important, title of the paper very important, and that is, therefore, it is called as formulation. It is not just deciding. It needs thinking, rethinking, it needs insight development, it needs directed reading, which is what to read, whom to read, who are the authors, who are the researchers in that area. And then you have to develop a working bibliography. Bibliography means the indexing, identifying the research papers, books, writers, author index, who has written in that particular area. Maybe e-commerce or IR4, IR 4.0 or IR 5.0. We are taking this example, therefore I am referring that. So once you know who are the authors, who have done a lot of work and publication in this area, undertaken the research and publication, then you can follow those authors. Read them. Read the research papers. If you read in that particular area, at least 25 plus research papers, chapters, books, then definitely it will develop your insight. What to write, how to write, in which area I should focus on, where is the knowledge gap, which is the area which has not, micro area which has not been treated with by research paper to fill the knowledge gap. Likewise, you have to identify the area in which you want to write. So formulation of the research problem for a research paper is very important, or the title of the research paper, as we popularly say. It is research problem in any way. Okay, once you decide upon the formulation of the research problem or the topic of your research paper, then the next step is, as I said, insight development. And for that, directed reading is very important. We need not to read anything about commerce or management or tourism. One specific area we have identified. The examples we are citing is maybe example we are citing is e-commerce or industrial revolution 4.0 or 5.0 for that matter. So it's a directed reading. You want to read this. And while reading, you should follow a system. Systematic directed reading means what? What to read, where to read, whom to read, who are the authors, which are the journals, which are the books. Therefore, I said create a working bibliography. That working bibliography will be useful for you to decide upon what to read, whom to read, which are the journals, national, international, and which are the renowned authors in that particular research area. Once you know this working bibliography, then you will come to know what to read. And then start downloading research papers, getting research papers. I will request you to write down one concept in a digital world, which is called as OER. OER, Open Educational Resource. Open Educational Resource means it's open to all. Purpose of education. Resource means resources. And in open educational resource, you can download the full paper. Open educational resource, you can download it, full paper, full text, and you will get the paper, full paper. OER books are also available. So there are millions of research papers in different disciplines which are freely downloadable. If we don't know OER, then how can we search? And then while searching, most important factor is keywords. Remember this, keywords are very important. So find out which are the keywords in terms of, for example, we are taking the example of e-commerce or industrial revolution 4.0 or 5.0. Then accordingly, you have to find out the keywords related to this. One keyword is naturally IR 4.0 or IR 5.0 or e-commerce. So along with that, there are many related keywords related to this concept. And on the basis of those keywords, you can start doing research. Search on web, and you will get research papers. So you should be, on academic.com as well, social sciences research paper. These are the different platforms. There are many. You can find out and become a member, and you will have access to thousands of research papers in your particular area. And there are, I am saying, OER, freely downloadable books, reports, commissions, reports, and everything is there. Policy papers. Everything you can download and study. Okay. So searching by keywords, that's very important. If you find any research paper, in that you will find abstract, first abstract, and at the end of the abstract, you will find keywords. Those are the keywords through which you can do the search on search engine, on internet. So you should know these small skills, which are very important for referencing, doing references. Okay. So, for example, you want to write a research paper, quality research paper. So my suggestion is at least you should have 50 plus research papers and few books written in that particular micro area. And they were the referencing material for you while writing a research paper. Reference is not important reference for reference. No, it should be relevant. It should be appropriate. It should be proper. And it should be put in a proper place. I have 100 references put, but out of them, suppose 60, 70 are not useful, not relevant. Then what's use in putting them? So choice of references is also equally important. Okay, this is very important for you. Then, for your research paper, whatever you decide, you have to fix the objectives of the research paper, what exactly you want to do. Then the different sections of the research paper, subtopics of the topic, main topic, or the research problem, you have to list down. And according to subtopics, which are the references useful for which kind of subtopic, you have to classify, identify. So out of, say, 50 references I got, research papers I got, or the books, 20 books I got, reference books I got, then what I will do, I will classify them according to subtopics and the outline. It is called as outline of the research paper. First, we have to identify the outline. And according in outline, what we do, topic, subtopic, classification, okay, findings, conclusion, and the bibliography. References you have to put. So, first identify and get the right references, appropriate references for your paper, and classify them as per your outline of the research paper, where you find a particular reference, particular paper, or particular books, particular chapter is useful for which subtopic of your research paper. Then the most important factor after doing this is scientific thinking. Remember, my friends, thinking is an art and science. Giving thought to a particular topic. After reading and developing insight, you will start in your mind what to write, how to elaborate, how to put it. Okay? That thinking, scientific thinking, is very important while you are writing a research paper. So you go on thinking that these are the subtopics I have identified. Can there be any additional topic? Or whatever the topics I have taken, whether this topic is useful or not, right is not, appropriate or not. Decide on that, think on that. Systematically think on that. And there should be some link between the one subtopic to the next subtopic. Without link, you cannot do a scientific discussion, scientific analysis, critical analysis. Remember this. So there has to be an appropriate, systematic, linkage between the topics, and those topics will be used by you in outline, and appropriate references will be put into that, and you can start writing your research paper. I will suggest you one simple way before writing any research paper. What you do, identify 25 research papers which you admire most, you like most. And then deeply study how that paper is written by that researcher or eminent professor of your discipline, who writes in the best journal, global journal. What is the craft? How he has written? And then follow. Research paper writing, craft writing is like singing a raga, particular rag in music. So it's a framework. Rag is a framework. And while you sing, you have to sing in that framework. Likewise, we have to write a research paper in a particular framework and go according to the framework, go according to the steps. In raga also there are steps, the beginning part, the expansion part, the concluding part, everything is there. Okay. So likewise, we are doing or singing a classical raga in terms of our research paper. For that, riyaz is required, practice is required, writing, rewriting is required. And do your best. Put your best experiences, put your best abilities. In craft also, if you write one sentence, ask questions to you. Whether I have written this, that sentence is crystal clear or not, self-explanatory or not, whether it is ambiguous. We should ask questions to ourselves. For example, one researcher has said this. Who is that researcher? In many research papers, I find one researcher, global researcher has said this. Who is that global researcher? When he said that? Where he said that? Where is the evidence of that? You cannot use ambiguous. There should be crystal clear clarity. Don't write only surname of the author. With initials, you should write, because there may be 1,000 persons with the same surname. Okay? So remember that. So we have to write the appropriate reference, appropriate name. Language should be unambiguous with crystal clear clarity. Evidence-based. You should not write anything without evidence. Okay? And there is a saying in the Sanskrit, na moolam likhate kishchit, means whose root is not known, origin is not known, don't write anything like that. In cyber technology, now there is a concept of deep fake. Videos are created, manufactured. So in research writing, such kind of manufacturing, fake and deep fake manufacturing is not allowed at all. Ha Surya, Ha Jayadra. This is the evidence. This is the statement. This is the statement of XYZ. And I am putting that. Okay. So that kind of clarity, scientificism is very much important while you write anything. Without your evidence, you cannot write anything. And go to the original source. Most important, go to the original source. And luckily, now we have a lot of original resources available digitally. Use the library resources, use the journals. Okay. There is a concept of, meta-analysis. Meta-analysis means whatever the research has been done in a particular area in the management science or commerce or tourism, you will analyze those works of those researchers of a particular decades, 2 decades, for example. Meta-analysis of research done in HR. So, new area in HR is the digital HR. Application of AI, artificial intelligence into HR, for example. I'm citing you examples so that clarity will be there. So in that area, that particular area, last 2 decades, what are the trends, current trends? How the research is being done? It is called as meta-analysis. Analysis of the research done, already research done. Okay, do that. That is also one area on which you can write a research paper. Once you do the outline and you have references divided as per the subtopic of your research paper, the structure of your research paper you decide. So naturally, any research paper will begin with the abstract of the research paper. Abstract can be into 250 words or 300 words, sometimes 350. Then followed by the keywords. And then it will begin with the introduction of the research problem, topic. For example, you are doing some research, writing a research paper in e-commerce, then which particular e-commerce area you are addressing? That introduction should be of that, not of overall e-commerce. No, that particular specific area which you are going to address in your research paper, that should be the introduction, because you are addressing a particular micro area of e-commerce broader research area. So introduction. Okay. And then put few objectives, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then subtopics, and according to subtopic, into that one subtopic is most essential, which is review of literature. More the review of literature, more the quality of paper improves. So review of literature is most important. So working bibliography, downloading the research papers, referring the papers from the books and journals, reputed books and journals, identifying the authors, considering their writings, considering their critical analysis, and all that, digesting it, giving scientific thinking to it, over it, and then, developing your own assessment, critical assessment of that particular saying. Don't write like that. So-and-so author says this, so-and-so author says this, so-and-so author says this. What you are saying? You have to analyze that, critically analyze that. Not just go on saying this author has said this author has said this author has said this, what you are saying as a researcher. That is very important. The analysis is very, very important. Critical analysis is very important of that particular writing. So survey of literature is the most important component of your research paper. Review that properly in a concise and precise manner. We have to critically analyze those writings, right? How that concept is grown, how that analysis is being done, how different aspects have been explored by the different authors, researchers. We have to put into that, and how in this particular research paper you are going to deal with that, and what is the knowledge gap and how you are going to fill it. Okay. So first, formulation of the research topic. In that, identifying the broader research area, traveling to the micro research area of your choice, the study nature of the research paper, whether within a particular geography or international or regional, whatever, decide upon that. Then find the objectives, what exactly you want to study, how you want to study, define that, decide that, formulate that, and then write an outline of research paper. Then subtopics. Then starting thinking on it, think it for many more hours, many more days. Sit for writing. Remember, you are writing a research paper. So nothing can be written without evidence. Your own assessment should also be evidence-based. Okay? So likewise, go on writing, discussion, data collection, discussion, conclusion, findings, and the references of the research paper. American Psychological Association, whatever system you follow of referencing, because that is also a separate topic, but there is a system, you have to follow one particular system in referencing. That you have to follow. And then writing an abstract in 250 words, putting keywords into that, and then going ahead. Remember, what are the different types of research papers? Data-driven papers. In a big data analytics trend at present, so 100 years data you can analyze of trade and commerce. For example, you can choose trade and commerce during the British Raj in India. 100 years, 150 years. Business and industry in post-independence India in a particular state. So data of 100 years, 200 years, 70 years, 75 years, 50 years can be analyzed, critically analyzed, summarized, classified, analyzed, and put in a form of research paper. The another form of research paper which you can go ahead with is doing and writing a comparative research paper of different states, different regions, even global, depends on your choice in that particular research area, and write research, comparative research paper, okay, there. Then policy research papers. So whatever the policies of the government about trade and commerce, intellectual property right, whatever the area you choose, You have to critically analyze those policies and impact of those policies, and where are the weaknesses in the policies, which are the strength of the policies, and how policies should be redrafted. And that redrafted policy document you can create and send it to the policymakers and government. So policy research papers, which will have direct impact on the policy making of the government or the policymakers of that particular area. Okay. Then research papers on the predictive analysis. For example, next 50 years, what will the population of the consumers and customers in India? How the market will be big and huge, and how much food is required, how much textile is required, how much manufacturing is required for that population, how many houses are required, and a lot of things you can compare and put. Predictive research paper, prediction about the scientific prediction about the future. That is also one area of research writing. Then next area of research paper writing is survey research. So what you do, you can write a survey of literature research paper in a particular area, so that those who are undertaking research in that particular area definitely use your research paper for their reference. It will be useful for them, useful for our researchers. So survey of literature in a particular area of your discipline, subdiscipline, micro subdiscipline, you can write. That is also very important, one area on which you can write a research paper. The most important component while doing research is rigorous. It has to be rigorous. It should reflect how much efforts and study, in-depth study, the researcher has conducted for writing this research paper. Your quality reflects in your writing, research paper writing. So follow that. Then it has to be systematic. As I said, there is a system of research paper writing, and that system you have to follow. Learn from the top experts in your discipline. Follow their papers, follow their system, follow their writing style. Understand and develop your own writing style. Okay? Whatever you write, it should be valid and verifiable by anybody. If you are studying impact factor, impact of XYZ, cause and effect analysis, then there should be variables. You should understand the variables, by which variables what effect is being done. By writing descriptive research methods, exploratory research methods, experimental research methods, diagnostic research methods, whatever depends on the topic of your research paper writing, but that system we have to follow and use them for writing. Okay, then whatever you write, it should be critical. Critical means examining its strengths, weaknesses, errors, and writing them, giving thought to it, rationality, rationally thinking. In research writing, neutrality is very important. You have to be neutral. You have to be rational. And without rationality, you cannot write a research paper. Neutrality is very important. No partisan way. Objectivity is very important. Objectivity is the soul of your writing. You have to be objective while writing a research paper. That objectivity is most important in terms of writing a research paper. The other important aspect, in conclusion, I want to put before you that you have to study and understand the research methodology. Once you grasp that research methodology and scientific methods into doing research, which is a global, everywhere, in every country, in every university, the methodology is the same. It is universal. And we should follow universal system. Therefore, researchers are called, they are professional troublemakers. Whatever the published work they study, they will challenge it. Professional troublemakers, they will challenge the existing research. They will modify the research, existing research. They will reject the existing theories and research. And they will come out with new methodology or new theory or new analysis about the research. And a lot of misgivings are there. And they will find out the truth. Reaching nearer to the truth is the ultimate aim. Finding truth, right? And putting it in an evidence-based manner, scientific manner, is the duty of any researcher. It's really very enjoyable work. It gives you satisfaction, it gives you pleasure, intellectual pleasure, and you become very happy about yourself. This is my expansion of my intellectual capacity. And if you write 3 to 4 research papers in a year, quarterly 1 research paper in 3 months, then you will be constantly engaged into research writing. I have observed many people after doing doctorate work do not write anything, do not undertake research projects. And for that, I am suggesting you that as scientists in science and technology departments, in basic sciences, applied sciences, they write a collaborative research paper. But that system is not followed in social sciences, management, humanities, by the researchers. Most of our researchers are individualistic. We should not be individualistic. You have to write collaborative research papers. That should be your practice. So 4 or 5 brains coming together from different institutions, different universities, different regions, different countries, coming together and writing. For that, I will suggest you, if you are a member of LinkedIn or the professional social media, it's good. If you are not, you just become a LinkedIn member. You just need a Google password for that, Google ID for that, and you can become a LinkedIn member, and you can connect with global researchers in your particular area, maybe management or business or tourism or a micro area which you are following. And collaboratively, you can think of writing a collaborative research paper wherein you will be from India, other one will be from Europe, the third one will be from Africa and Middle East, all 4 researchers togetherly writing a global research paper. Now it is a possibility. You can do it togetherly, being at your own place, own university, in own country. Collaborative research is the amazing new area in the age of collaboration, age of ideation and discussion. intellectual discussion, and concretizing the formulating the research topic of the paper, and 4 persons togetherly writing a research paper. That's an amazing opportunity for all of you. So I will suggest you to go for these particular trends, and on your own also you can find out what to write, where to write, on what topic to be write as per your choice. So intellectual freedom is the best thing into academics and research. So be a quality researcher, make your impact, create your brand name as an academician, researcher, globally, nationally, and give reputation to your organization where you are working. So we are living in a knowledge society. We have to create knowledge. Knowledge is an engine of growth and prosperity, your individual prosperity. And if you are the best researcher, then you can prove by your publications. And if your publications of international quality, you can get research fund for undertaking research. You can collaborate with different universities and different people from different places and make an impact of yourself. Thank you very much. Any questions I can address?
Participant, any questions? I think no more questions, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I have one confusion, sir.
Okay.
Which tense we can use in literature use, sir? Tense.
See, while you are writing review of literature, that is what you are asking, right? And even the research also, past tense is used because you have completed a research and you are reporting that. Okay. And therefore, you have to write in a past tense. You have completed the process of doing research. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And follow your best intellectual writer, professor, whom you adore most, respect most, and follow their system, how they write, the manner in they write, the classification and system they follow, outline they follow. And we have to learn by reading and studying. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Very wonderful.
Any other doubt?
No, sir.
Was my presentation was useful for you? Because that is most
Very useful, sir. It is
Yes,
very
sir.
useful, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, as next session is also yours, we will take break
Yeah.
till 11:45.
Okay. Fine.
Nice
Fine.
session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you.
sir.
See you again. Thank you.
Ma'am, next session's time.
Next session is on 11:45 with
Okay,
same
thank you, ma'am.
research person.
Okay. Thank you.
Radhika ma'am, on which topic or same topic? Sir has
Actually, no idea. Sir will
continue with same topic or different one?
actually no idea. We
Okay.
will see.
Okay. It's okay. Thank you, ma'am.